Hello and welcome back to the channel. This month's garden video looks very different. We're not really in the garden all that much. There's not much going on out there. It has been cool, we've had some snow, it's all melted, it's rained a lot. But I love to know that the ground is having a good rest. Everything out there, the soil, all the work that it's put in for us for the growing season is now getting a good old rest. And we are also getting a good rest. But at the same time, I'm using this time to read through some books that I picked up from the library that was recently recommended to me by a channel here that I love to watch about gardening. It's called The Seasonal Homestead, and I'll link them down below if you want to check them out. She makes wonderful videos about their garden and how to live self-sustainably, and I really enjoy seeing how they do that. And so I've been slowly reading through these books and gaining some more gardening knowledge and information, and this is the perfect time to do that. Cozy up with a cup of tea and read through these books. This year we'd like to do a lot more seed saving, as well as learning how to grow some of our own cover crops so that we can feed the soil that way. We do every year before the gardening season add a layer of compost on top of all of these beds, which just adds a lot of nutrients back into the ground that we've used the former season. But it would be nice to know how to actually grow some cover crops that would grow for a season just before you start growing your own plants, and then you actually mow it all down and till it into the soil. So I'd like to learn more about that, and I'm hoping these books can help with that. Now, one big thing that I did get done in the garden this month is plant our garlic. Now you may be laughing, it is a little late to plant garlic. However, it's still cool enough, we're still getting some freezes, and so these garlic bulbs will be in the ground and still kind of get a good winter in before we get to spring. So they may just have to go a little bit longer at the end of the summer into the fall season before we actually harvest them, but that's not an issue for us. At least we'll have some garlic to pick at the end of this year. This was also the month where I placed my seed order, so I did a good inventory check of all the seeds that we had. I made a list of all the seeds we want to plant this year and how much we intend to grow, double checked if we had enough, and then put some orders in for some seeds that I still needed. I also did some research on specific plants this year that would be good for storage crops, specifically because this year we're going big on production. So I wanted to pick some varieties of pumpkins and vegetables that would do well in storage and last for a little while. So that seed order has now been placed and is still in the mail over here, and I'm excited to share that with you when it arrives, which will probably be in January sometime. And we're also getting ready to start our seedlings indoors, and so that means doing some maintenance on our seedling cabinet. Now, I just made a video about how we put the seedling cabinet together, mostly, well, completely made by my husband, and so if you want to check out that video, I'll link it down in the description box for you below. But we did some maintenance on it this month by adding new doors with hinges so that it can close, and then lacing that inside of the door with some tin foil to keep all of the light throughout the whole cabinet to get all the seedlings, even the ones that are in the corners. So this seedling cabinet is now ready to receive some of our very first seeds for January, and I can't wait to share with you the list of seeds that we're gonna start in January. So stay tuned. If you like content like this, we would love to have you stick around. I usually make a garden video every month, giving you an update of what we're doing out in the garden, or right now in the winter season getting ready to do out in the garden. And so if that interests you, please stick around. We would love to have you join the community. But you can usually also catch me in the kitchen cooking up some food or preserving some of the food from our garden. And so if you like content like that, we would love to have you stick around. Thank you for joining us. See ya. Bye.